saw in the shop today. I went to the shop to get some food and drink, and well, I saw this on the shop. I thought, oh, I'll take a look around, see if there's like an energy drink that interests me. Maybe I'll do a video on it. And I saw this one, 69p, so it's actually technically cheaper than the last one, than the Boost energy drinks. And this is Hell, with a little devil on there, classic. I have no idea what this is going to be like. Just the vision of it makes me feel like it's going to be like spicy. But, you know, probably that is just an assumption. I don't know how long this video will be. I'm a little bit tight with time right now, so this could be a shorter video. But we're going to open it up, we're going to try it and see what it's like, so let's get that going now. Okay, it smells exactly like an energy drink. Like, the standard smell you'd expect from any energy drink, like plain. It reminds me of Red Bull, but like cheaper. Like cheap Red Bull, kind of like what the normal Boost tastes like. Which I can't really say. I'm surprised at the price. Let's see. It doesn't smell what I thought it would. I thought it would be like spicy, but let's go. It's just Red Bull. So what I find with like Red Bull, maybe less Red Bull, I don't know, I feel like Red Bull has like a more potent, I don't know, flavour, recipe, don't know, but it does taste like cheap energy drink. Now the benefit of having those other flavoured Boost drinks was that the energy drink portion is so insignificant because the main flavouring is actual flavouring, right? Whereas this just tastes like the chemical of energy drink, which has an oddly nice taste, but like at the same time is gross. I don't know if that really makes sense to people. Okay, it's dry, it's metallic. It just tastes like a cheap version of like energy drink flavour. Specifically, I'm going to refer to it like Red Bull, because I feel like the Monster tastes has a slightly different taste, and this tastes more like a Red Bull than it does a Monster. Monster has a different recipe. I mean, they all have different recipes, I assume, but I mean, who knows? But it's nothing special. Let's be honest, it's nothing special. I thought there might be some kind of unique flavouring to it. That maybe that would be different. Part of me wishes it did have a bit of like a spice in there, purely to say, oh, it has something unique. It just tastes like a cheap version of a Red Bull. But what I will say is I do like the packaging. I like the packaging. I'm a sucker. Do you want to know why I'm a sucker? Because I would buy this purely so I could be walking around holding this. Like, it's just very alt-coded. They know their audience, that's for sure, right? Because if you're walking around this, you look like an emo, a goth, any kind of metalhead or alt kid, I guess. That's what it looks like, and I quite like it. It's very my style. So that alone makes me want to just drink this, which is why I'm a sucker. Jesus Christ, I thought that was someone screaming there or something. That was weird. It really does not taste that great. It goes from being okay, but when you drink it, the initial flavour, alright, that's fine. Then it hits and it's like, wow, that is just shit and cheap. I wish I could describe it. It's like the taste of old. Like an old dusty room that you go in and, you know, it's got that kind of smell of old dusty wood, but not like that old wooden smell that smells nice, like paper or like an old book, or I don't know, like old varnish maybe. This tastes like dust. It tastes like dust, and I don't know how I can describe that any better, because that is just what it tastes like when I don't drink it. I think that tastes like what an old room would taste like that's full of dust. And I think I'm getting that because it's very like in the nostril that you get that taste, and because of that, it reminds me of like going into a dusty room and having that kind of clammy feeling and smell. It is very dry, and I guess like syrupy in texture, like, and when I say that, I don't mean like the liquid itself is syrupy, but like that sugary coating after feeling. That makes sense, like the mouth feel. It's tacky. I feel like I've got syrup in my mouth, like I've just eaten a spoonful of honey or syrup. Like it's coated my throat flesh. All the same, let's hoping it does the job, which it won't. I don't get boosted by energy drinks. They're completely pointless for me, which apparently is a fairly common thing if you have ADHD. So, there you go, eh? It doesn't help with my balance. And I've always had like a really fast heart rate. Actually, that's a lie. I had a heart rate that was like way above average, like, and it was just a resting heart rate, right? I used to have a very high heart rate because I smoked a lot, and that just like consistently kept my heart rate up very high, even when I wasn't smoking. And it wasn't until I quit that it had started to decrease. You know, that sound I heard earlier on reminded me of something. No, it's not really a story because it didn't really happen. But if you know me, I'm not a fan of heights. I have a fear of heights, like any rational person should, and even more so of lifts. Now, I don't really have claustrophobia. I don't mind small spaces. I actually quite enjoy small spaces. I feel quite safe and secure. What I don't like is being trapped in a metal box suspended dozens and dozens of feet above the ground. And in our flat, we have two lifts. One goes to even floors, one goes to odd floors, and we're on an odd floor. I'm giving you more details about where I live. I shouldn't do that, but whatever. I don't want to dox myself. Basically, the lift coming to my floor, it doesn't work. So, well, it does and it doesn't. I swear to God, every other day it's turned off. It was fine when we moved in. Though it was a little bit like noisy and clanky, and then eventually it hit a point where it's just so loud all the time, creaking and screaming basically. And you can probably you've heard it in videos. I've talked about this before. But about a month ago, it started not working, and it would be like a couple of days. It would be fine, and then one day it'd just be off, like it'd stop working, and stuff. So I never use that lift anymore. So I now use the even one, but that is so noisy, and it's actually worse than the other one. Anyway, because it's been a consistent issue with that lift not working, I had a dream last night. And in that dream, I don't really remember like too much about it, but I do remember we were in like a really, really tall building that was like partially the apartment building, but also like some other made-up location that looked like it was a skyscraper. Anyway, I was with someone, I don't remember who it was, and we walked over to the lift because we needed to go down, and as I was stood at the front, the door was open, and I'm like, I'm not getting in that lift. Something is telling me I should not step in that lift, and so I say, I'm not going in. Like, I'm taking the stairs, I'm not going in. And they were like, oh, fine, whatever. And the doors close, and then the whole thing just breaks, and the lift just plummets down and smashes at the bottom. And bearing in mind there was no one in there, and I'm thinking, oh my God, like I've just had a premonition that lift is gonna break and plummet, and I was thinking like, thank God I'm not in there. Thank God I'm not in there. And as I'm thinking this, suddenly it was like, but he was in there. Like someone else said to me, like someone else was in there. Like someone that we cared about, and I was like, oh my god. And then we're rushing down, and like clearly on the way down we knew that they were gonna be dead. And it turned out, as I got to the bottom, the person who was in there and had actually died. There was no like details about it beyond that, other than me like feeling like remorse. And this is the weirdest thing. The person that was in the lift was Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. I don't know, like, and in the dream, fully in cartoon, like, anime version of Master Roshi, it was the weirdest thing. Dreams are fucking so crazy, man. Like, what is going on with this little fucking meat sack in my skull that goes, you're gonna have a dream about, like, I'm gonna make you, like, unconsciously hallucinate about a thing that you're scared of, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, but let's lighten the load a little bit by saying that Master Roshi from Dragon Ball was in the lift. It was the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. I want to know some of your weirdest dreams in the comments, because that shit is crazy. Dreams are just fucking stupid. Whoever designed brains, man. Brains are so powerful, but they are like the dumbest things. Imagine trying to explain. I saw like a post about this, but like, imagine trying to explain sleeping to an alien. If an alien doesn't sleep and they have no like rest or sleep, imagine trying to explain to them that humans put on a very special set of clothing, sometimes just get naked, walk into sit inside a thing made of plant fibre or animal parts, and then lie down, close their eyes, and then hallucinate vividly for 8 hours whilst unconscious. Like, it's just so stupid. It's not stupid, but like, when you put it in that, when you describe it, it just sounds crazy. That's what it is. And just trying to explain it to something else, like, every single thing, if you try to like break it down enough and try to imagine having to explain it to an alien, just makes humans seem fucking weird. One of my other favourite ones is having to explain to aliens why we eat spicy food, and having to say to them, yeah, so basically what we like to do is we like to take a plant that's specifically like evolved to put off creatures eating it by making themselves very spicy, and that's their design is stopping animals from eating them, right? That's why they're spicy. And so what we like to do is we like to take those plants and then specifically breed them to make them even more spicy, and then ingest that into our bodies. Like, we engage in pain for fun, and it's just such a weird thing to describe. Very weird. Now, drinking like milk, that one would be hard. I don't think I really want to go into that one. Well, there we go, the drink is finished. I just inhaled a drop. Hopefully I won't cough before the end of the video. So that brings us to the end. Final thoughts. It's cheap. You get what you pay for. It's a cheap energy drink. It doesn't taste amazing. It just tastes like very cheap, flat Red Bull. I wouldn't say it's particularly great. If you want a cheap energy drink and want to hold a cool branding, then get it. You know, it's not bad. It's probably bad, honestly, but in my opinion, it's not that bad. But don't expect like high quality. So there's that. But I do like the packaging, and I probably would get this again purely for the packaging, because look, fashion over function, right? It's aesthetically pleasing. It fits my vibe, and I feel cool just holding it. So there we go. It's a very nice can. I like it. But that is Hell Energy Classic. Classic Flavoured. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, I'd appreciate that. Consider subscribing if you're not already. Go check out some of the videos being on the side of the screen. And I will see you in whatever video comes next. Bye bye.